Hi everyone, it's Don, and I hope you're having a fantastic week. Well, two more stories in the news today. One, some disappointed people on a cruise ship, some not so disappointed people on a cruise ship, and another person goes missing at sea. Another crew member has gone missing, this time on the Majesty of the Seas, returning back to Port Everglades from a 6-day Bahama cruise. The crew member went overboard around 2:30 a.m. and was actually witnessed by other fellow colleagues on the ship, who immediately notified the bridge, sounded the alarms. The cruise ship stopped and started out on its rescue mission as soon as it could stop the vessel. Also, a helicopter, a seaplane, and a Coast Guard cutter have all joined in the cruise search, looking for this crew member. As of yet, no names have been released, but it just doesn't it seem to you that there's an awful lot of cruise ship employees that seem to be going missing a lot more lately than ever before? And I'm wondering, this is becoming a, a steady problem in the cruise industry, and with people being away from their families so long, working long hours on a cruise ship, always having to be smiling and forcing themselves to look happy no matter what it is. And don't get me wrong, a lot of employees love their jobs and are always very happy, but you can see if you're not going through a good time and you still have to behave this way, how it can get you even more depressed, where you see people partying and have a good time and you're barely making a working wage, you're working to support families back home, and the pressure can build and build, and so can depression. And so maybe this is something that cruise industry has to look at, and perhaps have people on board who are trained in this sort of thing and trained to recognize this in crew members and learn how to help people deal with that situation, so these stories just don't become a regular occurrence every week. On another note, another cruise ship is stuck at sea, and it has nothing to do with losing power or motor problems, but the wind. The wind is stopping the MSC Musica from docking in Cape Town. Right now they are going through a huge gale force wind. As everyone knows, Cape Town is well known for that. It's one of the top parasailing areas in the world because of this wind, and sailboating, all this that rely on the wind. However, that's not great if you're a cruise ship, because the cruise ship, if you ever look at the cruise ship from the side, it's basically one great big wall, one great big sail, if you will. And you can imagine when you're walking in really strong winds between apartment buildings or out in the field, and it's really strong and you're forcing yourself against the wind. Now just imagine that wind up against one item and pushing it. Now, while you're out at sea, not a problem. There's lots of room. You might rock a little bit, but the cruise ships handle it no problem. They have their stabilizers. Everything's good. Completely different situation if you're trying to pull into a busy port with other ships, with fuel tanks, cement docks, and all other cruise ships and other ships besides that. So they've been stuck there since they were supposed to dock Thursday afternoon and set sail right away. So right now they have people sitting in the port that can't get on the cruise ship, who are expected to go on their cruise, and they have people who are stuck on the ship who are supposed to fly back and return home, and they can't get off the ship. But the captain's not going to take a chance on destroying a $700 million vessel when the wind is just too strong to go in. So stuck at sea for 2 days, just basically because of the wind. So yeah, as I always say, expect the unexpected when you're going on a cruise or you're going on any holidays. And luckily, all those people who are stuck in port, MSC has said that they all have travel insurance and it's already kicked in. So while disappointing to those people, at least they're covered and they're going to uh, not lose out on thousands of dollars because of this. But yeah, I can see it being disappointed, especially if your next cruise is a short cruise and then you only get to go on it for a third or two-thirds of the time you were supposed to be on it. So always learn to roll with those punches out. But I can see pretty disappointing if you're stuck in port and you can see your cruise ship just off the side there and you can't get on it. That can be pretty frustrating. Well, I hope you liked this news update, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.